In this video, I'm going to show you how to automate your strategy, how to make sure that your actual position matches what the strategy position is, and how to make sure that your strategy keeps running or is in position to take a trade whenever it triggers, which may be some distance into the future. Before you actually automate your strategy, you need to do Format Strategies and go to Properties for All. And you'll see up here tabs. We'll choose the Automation tab. You need to choose and check the appropriate boxes here before you ever automate your strategy. The first one is Strategy Fill Logic. Strategy will fill non-historical orders based on price activity. What does that mean? It means the strategy will fill non-historical, meaning the trades going forward trading orders based on price activity. So if you have a limit order and the price touches that price, the strategy will say it's filled, although you may not get a fill until a bit later, and maybe not at all. So you can choose strategy will fill non-historical orders based on price activity, and then during that time that you didn't get a fill, you and the strategy will be out of sync. You can choose this, and you can also replace strategy entry limit orders with market orders, and if you put 0 seconds here, it will immediately, once the price touches your limit price or your stop price, it will immediately go to a market order and you will get filled. You'll have slippage, but you will get filled. And the same, you can choose this for the exit limit orders with market orders, and if you put 0 here, it will immediately turn to a market order. You know, this last one here, allow multiple automated strategies on multiple charts using the same futures forex symbol, never check that. I'm not even going to discuss what it is. Don't ever try to trade 2 YM charts or 2 Euro USD charts with automated strategies on them. Inevitably, people end up losing money because they get confused as to what the strategy is doing. So just don't even ever check that. Okay, let's talk about this second choice here. Strategy will fill non-historical orders only when the trade manager reports them as filled. This way, your strategy will not say it's taken the trade and you're still waiting around to get a fill. So if you want to leave your limit orders as limit orders and not change them to market orders, this would be a good choice. Here we have allow partially filled order to remain in market after the next calculation. If say you're trading 100 shares and you only got filled 50 shares and the other 50 haven't gotten filled yet, if you check this, it will allow that order to remain in the market. And when it says after the next calculation, it means after we get to the next bar. And the strategy will warn you if your order has been sitting around for a long time. So you can choose that or not as you see fit. Okay, rather than go on and discuss the rest of this, I just recommend leaving this blank and leaving this checked. Now when we talk about stop orders, we always want to have this checked. Send strategy generated stop orders directly to the TradeStation order execution network. You want your stops out there so that even if you crash, they've got your stop order and it will sometimes save your bacon. And you also want this checked. Always hold stop orders on the TradeStation order execution network's stop server, even if the execution destination natively supports stop orders. Never mind what all that says. It's just go ahead and check both of these, and that's the safest way to do your automation. One other thing to note is on the General tab here. If you're trading Forex, you're going to probably need to change this maximum shares contracts units per position to a larger size. The other thing that we need to notice is down here, maximum number of bars study will reference. This means it won't take a trade until at least 50 bars have gone by. So let's say you're trading daily. chart and you only have 2 weeks on your daily chart, that's only 14 bars. It's not going to take a trade. You have to have at least 50 bars. So make sure you have enough back data that it will have more than 50 bars. So now that we've looked at the automation and the general tab, we're going to click OK. And then we're going to close this to save the properties that we've just changed. Now once you've saved those properties, they'll be that way for this chart, so you don't have to go back and change them again. But anytime you insert a strategy into a new chart, you will have to make sure that your automation and your general properties are the way you want them. So now let's go ahead and automate. Right click, choose Format Strategies, and we're going to go down here where it says Automation, Generate Strategy Orders for Display in Trade Manager's Strategy Orders tab, and then this gets enabled. If I've got that off, you can't check this. Once you've checked this, Generate Strategy Orders, then you can check Automate Execution. And it will always come up with this box which says you're about to automate, you can do all sorts of things and lose your shirt, whatever. You want to read all this, and you say I agree. And then you get to choose your account, and as you can see, I have a simulated account here, and if you have several actual accounts, you would get to choose them at this point, but because I have simulation on, this is the only account I have to choose. So I'm going to automate execution using the simulated account with confirmation, and we need to turn it off. Otherwise it's going to ask you if you really want to place the order, and if it's doing it in the middle of the night and you're asleep, you'll miss the trade. So you want to turn that off. Again, and it says a whole bunch of stuff. You're going to lose your shirt, be careful, etc. And you check I agree. Then we click close. And you can tell it's automated because it's turned green up here. If I right click on this SA, I can disable strategy automation, turns back to gray. So you can always look at a chart and tell if it's automated or not. So let's turn it back on again. Format strategies. This is already checked. I'm going to automate. I agree. Confirmation off. I agree. And then close. Now my strategy is automated, and all I have to do is wait until the price gets close to an entry price, and it will go ahead and take the trade for me. We'll talk in a minute about how it manages your trade, but I do want to talk first about using a simulated account. Please do not start out using this on your real account. Please take some trades using the simulated account until you understand how everything works and you're very confident that it's going to work well for you. Then start out trading small, right? That's just good management. And then once you're really confident that everything is working correctly, then trade whatever size makes sense for you. Now if you save your workspace, then when you open it again, it's going to ask you if you want to have the strategy automated or not when you open it, and you can always say yes. And this way you can have it automated for weeks, and every time you turn off your TradeStation, it's obviously not going to take a trade while you've got your TradeStation turned off, but when you start it again and open this workspace again, then it will be automated if you say yes, enable the automation, so that at all times it will be automated. This way you can plan trades out that might not trigger for a while. This is a way for you to plan to engage the market 2 to 3 weeks after you set the trade up without having to engage your money when the price isn't close to your level. So this is how to run this order strategy until it triggers. So I just saved this workspace and closed it, and then I opened it again, and this is the warning that comes up. It says the workspace, it says which window it is, and this is my YM window, and we have a strategy on it, and it asks open windows with items enabled or open with items disabled. And if you want to keep it automated, then you'll say you'll click the enabled, and there it is. Okay, let's talk a little bit about how your strategy manages your trade. So we'll go over here to Trading Apps and we'll choose Trade Manager. An important item to notice here on the Strategy Position tab is Open Position and Positions Match. So currently my YMM14 is flat, meaning the strategy believes it is flat. And if I go to my Positions tab, you can see that I have no open position currently. So go back to the strategy positions. If you watch this column, Positions Match, it will tell you whether your real life position is matching what the strategy thinks it's doing. If it ever says false, you know you've got a problem and you need to intervene. So let me show you what that looks like. We'll go again to Trading Apps. We're going to get a matrix. For just getting into a trade right now, I like to use the matrix rather than the order bar, and I'm going to just go ahead and buy one right here.
Order filled.
So now I'm long, as you can see. And if we look back at the Trade Manager, you can see that it now says false. So just pay attention on your Strategy Positions tab, make sure that it's not false. So just to make sure that my strategy and my real life position are in sync, I'm going to go ahead and sell to close this position.
Order filled.
And then I'm going to go back again and look at the Trade Manager, and you can see that the positions match again is true. And if the strategy is not flat but is long or short, it will again complain if you are flat or if it's long and you're short. So you just want to make sure that your position matches what the strategy thinks you should be doing. Just one more comment about the Trade Manager. Remember, we have strategy positions and we have our own real life positions. We have strategy orders and our real life orders. And you can choose these tabs and look around and make sure that your strategy and your real life position and your strategy orders and your real life orders are in fact in line with one another. If you want to learn more about the Trade Manager, there are some good tutorials on TradeStation. You can read more about how that works. One other thing you should know about the strategy is that as the price moves toward your target, the target order will show up, but you will not see the stop order in the matrix or in the Trade Manager. Although if you've checked the properties for all, as I indicated, your stop is being held out there, so your stop is active. Then once the price falls and gets closer to your stop, this target order will disappear. So you will only see either the target or the stop, but not both at the same time. And that's the strategy working as it should do in TradeStation. Alright, the last subject here is how do you stop your automation in case you decide you want to manually manage your trade. Here you see we have a position, we're long 10, and the strategy position is also long 10, positions match true. And what we want to do now is, for whatever reason, we want to stop the automation and manage the trade ourselves. And you can see staged order 10 contracts were in this trade long. All you need to do is go up here to the green SA, right click and click Disable Strategy Automation, and you will get this pop-up that says we have some orders. Do I want to cancel the order or do not cancel the order? And let's say I want to leave those orders out there, but I'm going to just move them around. So I'll say do not cancel order, do not cancel order. If you want to, you can cancel those orders and then you can place orders as you see fit. So let's take a look at the matrix here. This is where I got in. This was the strategy order, And we have another strategy order up here. And I can change those if I want. I can say, oh, I'm going to get out of this right now. I don't think this is going anywhere. So I just drag that down, and I'm going to just drag this one down too. And of course you can do whatever you want to arrange it. But I just wanted to show you how to disable your automation. Notice that the pop-up is going to come up asking you if you want to cancel orders. You cancel or not as you see fit. And you can always just get out of any position if you want just by hitting the close button here.
Order filled.
And that's it for how to automate your strategy. I hope you enjoy using it. Do leave us a comment below telling us what you think of it, or send email. And thank you so much.